Hello everyone and welcome to my channel where I talk about HR related content and its intersection with the law under the Naija HR Chic Series with Ijeoma Ucheibe. I trust you have been well and you've been staying safe. Coronavirus is not a hoax, guys. Please stay home if you absolutely do not have to go out to work or for anything. The last time I spoke to you, I talked about the very interesting topic where some firms and some employers were called out for their bad interview etiquette, and I proposed some tips that have been helpful for me in my career. And I got a lot of DMs, I got a lot of conversation around this subject, and I must say we need to do better as companies, as organizations, as firms around Nigeria, especially. The stories were heartbreaking, some were downright annoying. But then again, there's only so much I can talk about without revealing the names of these organizations. And this is not what I do here. Try not to call out organizations. I just put out tips and talk about my experience as much as possible. Now, to today's topic, we'll be addressing how do you lead remote teams. 2020 was a very interesting year for a lot of us because many had to resort to working from home due to the coronavirus epidemic, not pandemic, sorry, that spread around the world. So a lot of challenges came with that. How do you manage your team members to ensure that they're productive at work? How do you show empathy when it feels like a team member is slacking off, when you know that this person is otherwise very productive? And a lot of questions, a lot of challenges. And there are some things that have worked for me. It does not necessarily have to be your style, but if it's not something you've done before, you could also employ them. And I kind of wrote them down. I will just be looking through them while I am talking, but as usual, I'm going to try and keep it short where possible. So I'm looking at like 5 tips that have worked for me in my work with my team members, because the thing is, there are challenges inherent in remote work, like everyone knows. There's that lack of face-to-face supervisions, like when you have one-on-one schedule with team members where you can actually look them in the eye and ask them about outcomes, not necessarily activity, of what they were supposed to be doing, like deliverables. But now you don't have that. Now you have there's lack of access to quick information. The information that you can get when you walk into a library, for instance, you no longer have access to that because you are stuck at home. There's also the social isolation, of course, thanks to the raging nature of this disease. Whether we like it or not, we are actually stuck at home. Then also there's the distraction that you face working from home. People are married, people are living with partners. Even when you think like you're living alone, there's that distraction of the TV. So it's very, very hard in these times to concentrate on work. And these are things that I feel has worked for me, and I've used them over time, and I'm going to continue using them, of course, till the wheels fall off. And I trust they will be very helpful. The first thing I do is I schedule check-ins with my team members as much as possible. Yes, you ask the question of, oh, you are the HR professional, so who checks in on you? Of course, you have management who believe that you are the face of management to these employees and consequently your team members. You schedule check-ins. No, these check-ins do not have to be work related. They could just be checking in on, oh, the last time we spoke, this is the deliverable you're supposed to be working on. Do we have a progress report on that deliverable? That sort of checking in. And of course, you chip in that whole idea of, okay, what are you doing? What are you eating? I hope you're resting well. I hope you're taking care of yourself, so that the employee doesn't feel like your concentration is mainly on how much work they are getting done, even while they are still at home. Now, the second one is over communicate. Like people say, communicate, 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 whether we like it or not. It is very imperative that we let our team members know their duties, their responsibilities. Of course, they all know this is written out in their contract of employment, but now more than ever before, there's that distraction that they face at home. So you have to reiterate the outcomes of each of these responsibilities and also insist on timelines where possible, because hey, you have to take care of this client. You have to ensure that your clients are kept happy. Technology now more than ever has afforded us the opportunity to make use of tools to make our job easier. So what are the team management tools that you've been using? What are the team management tools that you can employ? I use Slack for one. It's very effective, it's very easy to use, and you don't have to waste so much time trying to teach your team members this is what they have to do to get the hang of Slack. The first one is, as much as possible, we call them rules of engagement. Yes, you are trying to be as understanding as you can be as a team leader, but hey, you need to set some ground rules. Not so strict that they think, oh, all this lady ever talks about is work, work, work. But you also need them to know, this is what I expect from you. This is how many times we're going to have a meeting per month. This is how many times we're going to have a meeting by week. This is what I expect of you. So everyone knows what they're expected to bring to the table at those weekly meetings, at those monthly meetings, so that it doesn't seem like there's a break because no one is in the office physically. And last but not the least is, as much as you're putting this all in their faces, we have to learn as HR practitioners to manage our expectations. I can do 16 people's work because over time I've learned to multitask and I'm good at it. I do not expect a team member to know how to get a report ready in 60 seconds when I can do that. Mine comes with the years of experience and expertise at doing that report in 60 seconds. Hypothetically, I don't expect a team member to also achieve that in that record time. Not because it's impossible. Yes, it can be done, but you also, this is where management of expectations of your team members come into question, because as much as possible, while we want our teams to work better and be productive at what they do remotely, we don't also want to feel like we are coming down heavy on them, almost like you feel that you cannot trust that they can do the job in your absence because everyone is working from home. These 5 tips have been very, very effective for me in managing my team members, I think from last year, and I still employ it. One, there's always going to be that team member that doesn't flow with the bunch, but hey, if you can take care of that one person and find a way to lead them across that path that everyone is going through, you will find yourself working together instead of at cross purposes. So let me know in the chat section what you think about today's video. What are other tips that you have used to manage remote teams in your company, in your organization? Let's learn together. I don't want to feel like I'm the custodian of all knowledge. I could look at the comment section and take one more thing. I could also add to the 5 things that I feel have been very helpful for me in the last 1 year, and of course working remotely, even though it's like a new phenomenon in Nigeria. I don't think there are a lot of companies that encourage remote work, but hey, with the pandemic we have no choice but to actually sit up and do these things. So till I chat with you next time, let me know what you think about today's video. Let's interact in the comment section. Please like, please comment, please share, and most importantly, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for a dose of HR content every fortnight. Till I chat with you yet again, I still remain Ijeoma Ucheibe. Take good care of yourself and stay safe, guys. Later.